King Abdullah II bin Hussein, Federal Chancellor Olaf Scholz, distinguished guests, friends, and colleagues. On behalf of the International Disability Alliance, and in our role as permanent co-host of the Global Disability Summit, I am honored to join the government of Germany and Jordan in welcoming you all here today in Berlin. This gathering is not just symbolic. It is a signal to the world that persons with disabilities are not waiting on the sideline of a global progress. We are driving it in partnership with governments and supporters who believe in the potential of power of the disability movement. Back in 2017, the idea of the Global Disability Summit began with a simple conviction that disability inclusive development should not be confined to the margins. It needed to reach the halls of power, to shift mindsets, policies, and resources allocation. Thanks to the United Kingdom, Kenya, Norway, and Ghana, the first two summits brought our issues to the highest level of governance, resulting in over 2,400 commitments in 2018 and in 2022. And we've seen real outcomes: more inclusive education system, better access to health care, and new opportunities for employment. In humanitarian settings, too, inclusion is no longer an afterthought, but increasingly understood as a core principle. Now, we are at the third summit, and this is not just a continuation, it is a step change. This summit is about action, it's about accountability, and it's about funding. It was important, funding. Because commitment without investment are just words. And persons with disability deserve more than promises. They deserve results. But let's be honest. We are gathering at a time of profound challenge. Around the world, we are seeing hard-won rights rolled back. Budgets are shrinking. Anti-inclusion rhetoric is growing louder. And once again, the lives of persons with disability are at risk of being deprioritized. Let us be clear. This is not just about participation or visibility. For millions of persons with disability, inclusion is a matter of life and death. When health systems are inaccessible, people die. When early warning systems don't account for disability, people are left behind in disasters. When food, water, and shelter in humanitarian crises are out of reach, our survival itself is on the line. That is the ultimate cause of exclusion, and it is unacceptable. So we must push back and we must push forward. The CRPD is a living document, a set of obligations, a promise from the 192 parties, nearly the entire world, to persons with disabilities. And we must honor that promise by putting persons with disability at the heart of every conversation, every plan, every budget. That means recognizing organization of persons with disabilities not as beneficiaries, but as leaders, as the expert. The truth is, disability inclusion cannot happen without OPDs. It cannot happen if OPDs are not at the table where decisions are made and resources are allocated. IDA will always stand by the core principles that inclusion must be with and by and for OPDs as the representative organization of persons with disabilities. Ladies and gentlemen, the Amman Jordan Declaration reaffirms this leadership. It calls on government to localize commitment and elevate the voices of OPDs in tracking and in implementation. And it issues a powerful call 15% for the 15%. A call for country-level development activities to be meaningfully increased, monitored, and the impact understood. This is how we match rhetoric with resources, and this is how we turn solidarity into systems that work. I want to thank Germany for supporting the Global Disability Inclusion Report, accelerating disability inclusion in a changing and diverse world. This is the first such report that put OPDs in the center, showing we must continue to produce our own knowledge and tell the world what needs to be done, and we should be funded to do so all along with all others. Over the next 2 days, the summit will host a wide range of important conversation across plenaries, side events, fireside chats, and exhibitions. I encourage everyone, especially OPD representatives, to take up space, share your priorities, tell the world what needs to be said. Let the richness of our diverse identity shape the agenda, because a movement that reflects us all is a movement that lifts us all. I hope we leave this summit not just inspired, mobilized, and energized, ready and resourced to advance the right of persons with disability more than ever before. United in our belief that respect for our diversity and rights are not negotiable, that inclusion is not optional. We have high hope and expectation that the Global Disability Summit 2025, not just as an event, but as an ongoing process, will drive forward progress at a vital moment for persons with disability in every corner of the world. I would like, in the end, to rethink Germany, to rethink Jordan for all your effort, for all your investment, for all your partnership to make this global disability a possibility. Thank you very much.